to then also invest. So this as a venture service company, because we have the various pools of venture capital investors and angel investors, and we're able to pool all this network of people and funds into your business to actually invest. So again, to answer your question, no. At the moment, we don't invest in companies, but because various service companies, we're able to pool the investment of all the other VC firms into your company. Now, I should mention many venture capital firms, because typically what happens to the venture capital investors is that they say, okay, I have this company, I'm interested in this company, but I'd like to get other investors to join me. And so something to also, this is for VCs, to also help them get other founders to also invest in the startups. So this is why, there are not many venture service companies out there at the moment, or even globally, we really can say, because we're able to pull, a huge force of investors from around the world into technology. We really can say, because we're able to pull a huge force of investors from around the world into technology. Another question that I get asked a lot is, can you help me get invested? The fact that this question is being asked is a good thing. Another question that I get asked is, people said, hey, I just need money. And then when you ask, okay, I just need money, do you understand what the venture capital firms are asking for? And then they say, yes. So we just have that question of, and I know we get investor and when we say investor and what they actually mean, they're really saying that you have to understand how venture capital works. So venture capital is different from back, for example. So if you are collecting money from the bank, that's debt. So you are borrowing money and you're going to pay that money. Depending on the type of bank, typically you get it. You will pay that money back because of interest at money and time. Typically that's a loan from the bank. However, in venture capital, what happens is somebody says, typically a venture firm or an angel investor, that I'm going to invest in your company, right? But in exchange for investing in your company, I want a certain percentage of your company. So meaning that the person is purchasing equity in your company. And that's how venture capital works. They're giving you funds today, now, as a runway for you to develop, take your time to develop, grow, build whatever it is that you need to build, and then now accelerate and grow your business. And so essentially, with the question of investor readiness, it's more of you need to understand and know how venture capital works, what your investors are expecting from you, and how to build your business of those funds. Those funds are available. There are probably trillions of dollars that are out there to be invested in companies. But they're looking for specific types of businesses. And when I say types of businesses, not necessarily technology, but businesses that are set up to scale and grow relatively quickly. For those of you interested, and this is part of what GetFunded Africa does, we have a training course to get founders to understand the venture capital industry, how to take those funds and actually grow their businesses and to scale and do things. And with that, you can actually achieve what is called staged financing. You can raise funds not just once from maybe investors, but you can literally on a stage-by-stage basis continuously raise funds till you decide to maybe become a public company. So yes, GetFunded Africa can actually help you get investor ready. As I say this continuously, we have training in cohorts. So every few months, I believe it's every 3 months, we have a training course for founders who want to learn how to get investor ready. And so please visit our website to GetFundedAfrica.com and look out for the learning division. And in the learning team, you would see, we call it internally, we call it Remzana, and that's our learning platform because we built an LMS from scratch to our training cohorts. So can GetFunded Africa help you fundraise and learn how to, talk to investors and things like that? The answer is yes. So, a third question that we typically get is, can you actually help me grow my business? So, yes, the answer immediately is yes. And when people say grow my business, they're actually talking of a few things. This does not inculcate everything, but this is what, from experience, this is what typically they're talking about. So they say things like, can you help me grow my business in the sense of the tools needed to get that into a very good operational process. Let's say, for example, when people say, can you help me grow my business? They are typically talking of, can you help me get people to join my team? So hiring and recruitment, for example, can you do this? Can you help with things like accounting and all? And interestingly, GetFunded Africa has an e-store, and in this e-store we have different templates that we have in there. So template for your financial accounting, a template for your expenses and things like this. So we are able to help in terms of getting all those tools that you would need to actually grow your business. All those tools, we put them together and we have like a unit, and it's called V-Build or Venture Building, which literally supports businesses in growing their business with different tools to help in that. So we've simplified the entire process. So this includes everything from templates of pitch decks, templates of how to forecast and on your budgets. Also other tools including how to value your business and things like that. So our venture building arm is something that supports businesses, and yes, we can help you to grow your business. Another question, obviously, is I'll take this. Can you help me find customers? That's a very good one. I like to think and say that revenue is the sweetest form of fundraising, in the sense that you earn revenue, make a profit, and that in itself is cash that the business gets in and is useful. So revenue is a sweet form of fundraising. The answer, though, to the question itself is yes. We can help you find customers because that's the basis and essence of a business. We have a product that we call Insights, and Insights is pretty much a lot of analytics that we've been able to gather from various in one platform. On our platform, you're able to find, for example, startups that maybe have raised funds, the industries that they are in. So if you are a startup looking for specific types of customers, then naturally with our Insights database and analytics platform, you can actually use that to find customers. You can use it to find customers, you can use it to target the people to actually talk to. You can use it to know what exactly works for your particular needs. Accountants can use it to find customers to provide bookkeeping services. Lawyers can use it to find clients that they can help with documentation and legal processes with. Marketing companies can use this. Literally any type of business that is, or to understand who to target, how to target them, how to get information, can find our insights platform very useful. So can we get cheap customers? The answer is yes. There's a flip side to this, that can the insights platform work for everybody? I would say no, I don't think so. So again, it would just be interesting to understand what type of business you're in, but generally speaking, I think our insights platform works very well for service companies and even for companies that sell, hard physical goods and products, depending on what it is again. So that way you can actually leverage the platform. But these are some of the things. So I would say this one is more of a yes, but let's put it that way. Yes, we can help you find customers, but it depends on the type of customers that you're looking for. Yes, another question that is asked is, and this one I think is pretty interesting, is can you help me tell my story or the story to the rest of the world? The answer is yes, and this particular side of our business is something that we had to create intentionality around. Here's what I mean. We realized very early on that our job was to go out there and find innovative startups that were doing their own thing and solving problems. And we quickly realized that it was difficult finding these companies because many of these companies are not, how will I put it, many of these companies are not in the limelight. Many of these companies provide problems in their own individual localities. And unfortunately, in Africa, we don't have enough business type TV content. We have a few, but not enough. And so, unfortunately, if these companies were in other countries or other continents, there'll be a bit more buzz around them. But unfortunately, on the African continent, there isn't enough. And so we literally had to then set up our own news and content studio. And I've mentioned this before, and some of you can see it. It's media.getfundedafrica.com. And basically, on that platform, we talk about businesses, we talk about what companies are doing. And so we have people that write articles about different businesses. We have videos. In fact, Favor's Den, even though it's hosted on YouTube, and also embedded on our media page, so you can actually watch the videos there. And so basically, we intentionally created a media arm to our business, a news and content arm. And basically, the news and content arm then goes and talks about the stories of African companies. And interestingly, our articles, our videos, our podcasts are around the world because people now trust that this is a credible source of business information on the African continent. So yes, we are happy to tell your story, and I'm sure that if you visit our news and content page, our team will be very, very happy to talk to you and learn from you. I think one of the things we forget is because we've built up a lot of knowledge about the things that we do, we forget that the world also wants to learn about what we do. And this is even for founders. So it's important to come up with something and feel free to approach the entire team at GetFunded Africa. We'll be very, very happy to talk to you. So yes, we can actually help tell your story to the rest of the world. Another one, and this is very interesting. As human beings, we are created to talk to other people, network, and connect with other people. So a question that we get asked, or I get asked a lot, is do you do things that can make me meet up with people or connect or network with people? And the answer is yes. So we have an event team and platform section of our business where we organize events on a regular basis together. We are living in a brand new world in a way, especially post-COVID, where now we now have the ability to do virtual or physical events or even hybrid, where you can mix both physical and virtual. And so, yes, we organize events both ways, hybrid, online, physical, across board. And this is something that we found many people find very, very, especially founders or VCs or corporate organizations, find these to be very, very useful. So the answer to this is yes, and it's important to go out there and even learn what it is that other people are doing, particularly other people maybe in your industry who have interesting items to actually offer. You will be surprised as to the number of people that have said, hey, this is what I'm doing, however, I'm looking for partners to do this. And the beauty of it is almost like alchemy in a way. You mix A with B, and then the resultant effect is C. And this is, part of the power of innovation. Two startups get to meet, they talk about different things, and then they're able to create something bigger and better than just the sum of the individual parts. So the two parts together combine, result in something that is bigger than the sum of the individual parts. We've seen this happen over and over and over again on our network platform and events platform. And so this is something that we actually do intentionally and create that opportunity for founders to come together, to talk, to network. Not just founders, but even venture capital firms. Earlier in March, GetFundedAfrica organized our first venture capital summit, which was just a different venture capital firms. We had over 17, I believe it was 17 different VC companies speak, over 50 other venture capital firms attending the summit. It was very exciting. We did it virtually. It was the first time that we did that. But just speaking about that and remembering that, just reminds me as to how it's not just founders alone that actually need to network. VCs need to network, and by extension, even corporates need to network. So just watch out and look out on the GetFundedAfrica Africa platform. We're organizing a corporate venture summit, which would be just more for large organizations coming together and discussing how they can positively affect the startup ecosystem in Africa. Now, there's one more thing that I added this to this because it's not a question that we're asked. In truth, we haven't really gone out there to talk about this. I've mentioned it a few times, but a few people have gotten a key on it and have asked questions around it, and so I'm just going to talk about it briefly today. We have said one of the things that we plan to do is to build, we call it GFA Max. Now, GFA Max is really a platform where you can actually be entertained, but even in the entertainment, you're learning business lessons. That's what it's about. Typically, when people learn, they go to classrooms, listen to what people say, and pretty much learn about what has been said by other people, right? But one of the ways, we have different mental states and different states at which there's learning. Sports people like to get into what the experts call a theta state, where it's a state of accelerated learning, where you can grasp several things at the same time. And typically, we have noticed that lots of people typically do this in front of TV. So pretty much you're watching TV or you're engrossed in what the saying or the actions that are being performed in front of you. And so we then decided to start something, create a series of videos professionally done, professionally edited. And in those videos and the series, we pretty much create TV shows, what people are doing generally. And literally then, creating a narration around these live events or real events, let's call it real event, not live, around these real events. These real events, putting it on one platform, GFA original content, and that platform called GetFunded Africa or GFA Max. So GFA Max today is in development. The technology behind pretty much creating a streaming video. We have that, we're building that, and then we're actually now shooting content across the continent of real businesses and telling the narration of what these businesses are actually doing. So this is something to actually look out for, because we also believe that whilst we're doing this shoot and narrating these different real stories, right, you are also going to be learning and you will also be a beneficiary of this. So that's it. It's a wrap for Neighbors There today. We focused more on GetFunded Africa. I hope you've liked it. And please feel free to drop comments, particularly for those maybe on YouTube. Drop a comment on in the comment section. I like to read those comments and I'm always very happy to answer them. Otherwise, feel free to follow me on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, my full name is Adebola Omololu, and you can find me there and connect with me. Ask me any questions, always happy to talk to you. Once again, welcome and thank you for watching It Was Then. My name is Debo Omololu, and today we'll be talking about something that is very interesting and actually the source of all of the things on It Was Then. But before we do that, as usual, I'd actually like to request that you kindly subscribe to this page and also hit the bell button so that when a new episode of Neighbors Then comes up, you actually are notified. So let's dive right in. So recently on some parts of social media, particularly on LinkedIn, I've been making various announcements about different products from GetFunded Africa. As some of you know, and telling everyone else as well, I am the CEO and co-founder of a company called GetFunded Africa. And many people have actually asked lots of questions. Probably after watching Neighbors Then, they followed me online and they've associated me with GetFunded Africa. And so the questions that have been raised about GetFunded Africa. So today, I'm actually going to try and answer as much as possible questions about GetFunded Africa that I have gathered, kind of like put together and to answer all the questions that people have had. So the very, very obvious one that I get asked a lot is, what is GetFunded Africa? By extension, what is GetFunded? So it's very straightforward, or I will try to simplify in this particular episode. So GetFunded Africa is what I call a venture service firm. So when I say a venture service firm, what that means is that a company that actually tries to solve the problems of business ventures. So generally speaking, there are 6 problem areas that we see that entrepreneurs and founders face. These areas include, and it's not isolated to these, but everything from fundraising and know-how, to learning and development, to other things, including skills development, telling the stories of African startups, to name a few. Now, all of these things, Get Funded Africa then builds products to solve those problems. Sometimes it involves building a product leveraging technology or AI. Sometimes it involves developing partnerships. But essentially, we're able to build all these solutions and products to solve the problem in a one-stop shop for entrepreneurs and startups. That's pretty much what GetFunded Africa does. And I've simplified it, or maybe even oversimplified it. But at the end of the day, that really is what GetFunded is about. Now, allow me to take a deeper, or step back, or a deeper meaning of what GetFunded Africa actually does. I've told you how we do it with products, but you have to understand, and I've said this before, and I've probably repeated myself time and time again for those of you that follow Lagos Dead. We have a problem in Africa. Part of the problem is poverty. And to fight poverty, we're not going to fight poverty with poverty, right? No, we're not. So what we're going to do is to fight poverty with knowledge and wisdom. If we look
and you are more safe or more comfortable than even though cheap localized existing transport operators. How are we going to make money? We are charging a minimum weekly subscription of $30 per seat on our buses and a fixed amount plus 40% margin on our charter services. We believe we are the team to do this with a combined 17 plus years experience in logistics operations, technology, sales and marketing, and finance. I personally have been a serial entrepreneur right after college, and I've built some successful businesses while others have failed. I bring all the learnings from that to this company, and I believe that we build a product that the user really wants. We also have a group of advisors who are captain of industries, and they help us along the way. In the last 12 weeks, we have done about 21,000 trips, and we've generated $7,000 in revenue. We consistently add another route every week, and we have a loyal community of users of 600 plus.
My name is Dave Omolu, and today we'll be talking about something that is very interesting and actually the source of all of the things on Lagos Dead. But before we do that, as usual, I'd actually like to request that you kindly subscribe to this page and also hit the bell button so that when a new episode of Lagos Dead comes up, you actually are notified. So let's dive right in. So recently on some parts of social media, particularly on LinkedIn, I've been making various announcements about different products from GetFunded Africa. As some of you know, and telling everyone else as well, I am the CEO and co-founder of a company called GetFunded Africa. And many people have actually asked lots of questions. Probably after watching Lagos Dead, they followed me online and they've associated me with GetFunded Africa. And so the questions that have been raised about GetFunded Africa. So today, I'm actually going to try and answer as much as possible questions about GetFunded Africa that I have gathered, kind of like put together and to answer all the questions that people have had. So the very, very obvious one that I get asked a lot is, what is GetFunded Africa? By extension, what is GetFunded? So it's very straightforward, or I will try to simplify in this particular episode. So GetFunded Africa is what I call a venture service firm. So when I say a venture service firm, what that means is that a company that actually tries to solve the problems of business ventures. So generally speaking, there are 6 problem areas that we see that entrepreneurs and founders face. These areas include And it's not isolated to these, but everything from fundraising to business knowledge and know-how, to learning and development, to other things, including skills development, telling the stories of African startups, to name a few. Now, all of these things, GetFunded Africa then builds products to solve those problems. Sometimes it involves building a product leveraging technology or AI. Sometimes it involves developing partnerships. But essentially, we're able to build all these solutions and products to solve the problem in a one-stop shop for entrepreneurs and startups. That's pretty much what GetFunded Africa does. And I've simplified it, or maybe even oversimplified it. But at the end of the day, that really is what GetFunded is about. Now, allow me to take a deeper, or step back, or a deeper meaning of what GetFunded Africa actually does. I told you how we do it with products, but we have to understand, and I've said this before, and I probably repeat myself time and time again for those of you that follow Lagos then. We have a problem in Africa. Part of the problem is poverty. And to fight poverty, we're not going to fight poverty with poverty, right? No, we're not. So what we're going to do is to fight poverty with knowledge and wisdom. If we look around across other countries, how have they actually overcome poverty? Part of what they've done, and something I've said before as well, that has shaped the modern world is venture capital. And so what GetFunded Africa does is to harness and to look at what are the problems that other continents have faced in the past to overcome poverty. And then this fight against poverty, how have they actually done it? And so we've literally taken from the various countries, from the various history books to say venture capital is a way to empower companies that are going to solve problems in societies, bring up innovative ideas, hire tons and tons of people, and generally make life better, the quality of life better across the African continent. So we, by extension, have decided to say, how can we fight poverty and create opportunities for the generality of Africans and the African continent. And so this is part of the reason, or the underlying reason why GetFunded Africa exists as a venture service company. And probably you have a better understanding now of what we're trying to achieve. So now I'm going to go into some of the questions. Now I can't take each and every question that has been asked of me about GetFunded Africa. So what I've done is I have aggregated the questions into about 8 big headline questions, and I'll take them one by one. So the very first one is, can we invest in my company? This I get a lot. Typically on LinkedIn, I think that's my most active social media profile. The answer at the moment is no. So remember I said something. I said GetFunded Africa is a venture service company, and that's different from a venture capital company. The difference is a slight nuance, but it's an important one. So a venture capital company will typically invest directly in your company. So you say you are a startup, you want to raise $1 million, and so you need somebody to invest in your company. So you're going to talk to venture capital investors. Now remember this, they may or may not know you, or they may or may not invest in your company. And even if they do invest in your company, it's very likely that they might invest a certain percentage. So let's say you want to raise $1 million and you talk to several investors. You might need to talk to 100 investors before you get one of them interested. And that one that is interested probably maybe may say, I like your business, I'm going to invest $100,000 out of the $1 million that you need. So you've gotten a win. Yay! We still have $900,000 left to actually raise. So what GetFunded Africa does is, rather than you going to meet all these different investors and all, is that you come to Get Funded Africa, literally a one-stop shop, and we're able to talk to our venture capital network. And today we have over 200 venture capital partners from across the world: Europe, Asia, America, and even within Africa as well. And leveraging something that is very interesting, and actually the source of all of the things on the Healthtech.
Dunbar, and I'm the CEO and founder of The Balance Bowl. And I am so very fortunate to be a part of the 2022 RAIN cohort for Get Funded Africa. And as a female founder, this program is extremely important to me because we often don't get the financing that our male counterparts get. And not only are we get financing, we're also learning quite a bit about the venture capital scene and what is investable. And this education has proved to be in my search, both with the cohort and outside of it as well, in terms of demystifying a lot of the myths that we're told are the case financing. So I've learned so much, making sure that I have all of my ducks in a row and that all of the things I need to be successful in my fundraising journey. And I'm so very grateful to be a part of this program. I would give the advice to anyone looking to be a part of this program to definitely apply and definitely make sure that you are ready. This program is quite intense. There's a lot of information shared, and it's definitely something that shouldn't be taken lightly. So I am, again, very excited to be a part of the program and wishing everyone the best of luck in their fundraising journey.
Hello everyone, my name is Aramide Adebanjo. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Gist Mobile. Wow, I really can't say enough good things about GFA. We, alongside 10 other startups, Cohort at the back end of last month, and what a journey it's been. I believe that for the first time, we truly have a very Afrocentric focused service company. The journey means to be an African entrepreneur. And basically, they've been excellent. They've really lived up to their mantra of really helping to fund Africa's most promising companies. They've been very detailed, they've been organized, they've been supportive, they've been friendly, they've given us every opportunity to succeed in our investor outreach. Through a combination of coaching, of learning, best practices guide, mentorship, just to name a few, they've truly enriched us and made us believe that we can succeed. And so I feel it's a special privilege to be part of this journey. And I'm reaching out and telling every investor out there that be a part of this and really invest in the future of Africa. And to the young entrepreneurs in Africa as well, contact GFA. They really will provide the best opportunity for you to succeed. I believe that together, Africa, we have an opportunity to participate in the global movement for innovation, economic empowerment, and value creation. And we will no longer be the forgotten continent, but we will be at the forefront of change. And GFA, keep up the good work you're doing, and thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Wabumigai, and I'm head of strategy and financing at Popotepe. We joined the GFA fundraising cohort program session of May-June 2022. Quite intrigued to see what we would find when we started. And what we found was a pretty rigorous program that went through aspects of how to get ready for investor conversations, very practical sessions, live sessions, self-learning, and really practical assignments and one-on-one sessions with the GFA team. I think by the best part of the program was actually the pitch and the practice sessions that we had, both with the GFA team, but also guests from all over the world, just understanding how best to position your business, how to just get to the point of this is the problem, this is why we're the team to back, was really, really something that we learned quite a bit, and each and every pitch we feel that we got better. So I definitely recommend doing the GFA fundraising cohort program. Reach out to the GFA team and find out what you need to do the next one.
My name is Bello Rukayat. I'm a co-founder and the CEO of Register. We are delighted to be selected by GetFunded Africa for the June-July 2022 cohort. It has been a wonderful experience and unforgettable journey with the entire courses. They made fundraising as ABC. You don't have to worry about your financial model, your cap table valuation, investment teaser, and so on. And we had weekly virtual classes and pitch sessions with the GetFunded team and other invited guests around the world. If you're an entrepreneur aiming to structure your business and grow it to the next level, is the right place to be. Thank you.
My name is Tariq Bakri. I'm the co-founder and CEO of TheVendor.com. I joined GFA fundraising program cohort May-June 2022. I learned a lot from the program. The program included online courses, workshops, mentorship, coaching sessions, one-on-one weekly calls. The team, the GFA team are great. They're very helpful. We got lots of benefit out of joining this program. We refined our pitch deck. We refined our financial models. We refined lots of documentation that are needed for fundraising. Although it's very intense program, encourage founders of startups in Africa's program benefits all by GFA.
I'm the CEO founder of Tribes. I joined the GFA May-June fundraising program, and there are some key takeaways from the program. One, the interactive sessions. I had a different perception after listening to different founders, and the GFA team shared their experiences. That is not just about fundraising for me at that point. It was also the learning sessions that we received, the assignments and all that we needed to do to keep our business going. Second, we admit that Debo and Tunji fantastic work by putting up just a great team. The follow-ups with founders to ensure that they carry out the assignments and do the things to keep them at top of the game was just also awesome. My advice to other founders that are coming to join the GFA program is that have an open mind. Program appointment, you would hear so much that would tweak your business to the best that it is. I want to say GFA program was just awesome.
Hi there. I joined the GFA fundraising cohort program May-June 2022 for the sole purpose of raising investment for StaffBus. It has been an interesting ride so far, a very impactful one, with all the classes and all the courses that we're taking through. And I believe this is a really good program for every startup founder out there if they're trying to raise money for their businesses, because it is tailored exactly for that purpose. The classes has really opened our minds into how the mind of an investor works and what they would like to see and what to hear. So give a thumbs up for the organizers of this and say, see you on demo day.
My name is Shina Rogundade, one of the co-founders at Trade Lender based in Lagos, Nigeria. The team at Trade Lender joined the Get Funded Africa fundraising co-op program for May-June 2022. It has been an interesting program. Unlike accelerators, this program has been mainly focused on fundraising. Come take us through live sessions and through the Sana app, helping to better prepare us for fundraising. We had the opportunity to learn from other amazing founders currently fundraising. We got to better position our valuation, design our account, and incorporate risk management into our businesses as led by the team. We also got to better position our investor updates. My favorite session was the pitch to mentors and special guests from across the world who gave us honest feedbacks with respect to our pitches and our decks. These were interesting periods. The sessions were very intensive with tasks and assignments to be completed on a weekly basis. But I would recommend this program to any founders looking to join the next cohort. You will learn a lot and be able to apply the learnings in your journey even as you scale your businesses. If you want to learn more, please do reach out to the Get Funded Africa team and they will be available to give you more. Thank you very much. Bye.
And I'm the CEO and founder of The Balance Bowl. And I am so very fortunate to be a part of the 2022 RAIN cohort for Get Funded Africa. And as a female founder, this program is extremely important to me because we often don't get the financing that our male counterparts get. And not only are we in line to get financing, we're also learning quite a bit about the venture capital scene and what it takes to become investable. And this education has proved to be very invaluable in my search, both with the cohort and outside of it as well, in terms of demystifying a lot of the myths that we're told are the case when it comes to financing a startup. So I've learned so much. The team has been very, very helpful in making sure that I have all of my ducks in a row and that all of the things I need to be successful in my fundraising journey. And I'm so very grateful to be a part of this program. I would give the advice to anyone looking to be a part of this program to definitely apply and definitely make sure that you are ready. This program is quite intense. There's a lot of information shared, and it's definitely something that shouldn't be taken lightly. So I am, again, very excited to be a part of the program and wishing everyone the best of luck in their fundraising journey.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aramide Adebanjo. I'm the CEO
trial